everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I hope everyone is enjoying the first couple of days in this new year of 2023. Today is actually New Year's Eve, so it's Saturday, so I have yet to see what the new year's gonna bring, but I wanted to get you a video out to tell you about what my TBR plans are for January, go over my book haul. Now, the first set of books are going to be from book boxes that have flooded in, whether that be the monthly subscriptions or pre-orders that I have done and that have just came in. Also, I'm going to talk about the books that were gifted to me over the holidays, and then the books that I decided to pick up with my Christmas money. So I hope you enjoy all of these books because there are quite a few on here that are very well talked about books, very well known in the book community. So you're probably not going to be surprised to see some of those on there, but I think there's going to be others that might surprise you, books that maybe you've never heard of or maybe only heard a little bit about. And so I'll go over those as well. So the first thing that I want to talk about is I've had an amazing holiday season. I hope all of you have had an amazing holiday season. What made it special for me was that I got to spend time with my family. Now, my husband's family is on the East Coast. We weren't able to see them this year. Next year, we will be going out there for Christmas. So I know that that was a little bummer for him during the holiday season, but I think my family and myself made it worth it for him, where it kind of filled a little bit of the hole that he had. But Christmas Eve, we went over to my parents' house, my brother and me and his girlfriend and my husband, and we ended up staying the night over there because we wanted to be up bright and early Christmas morning. None of us have kids yet, so we didn't have any of that joy to go around, but it was just the six of us. We had dinner on Christmas Eve. We had kind of like tacos and Spanish rice and a Mexican dip and stuff, and we played some games, just kind of had a little bit of family time. And then Christmas morning had like a big breakfast, opened up a few gifts, and just kind of went our ways. But that's what made it special for me, was just spending time with them. We didn't really do a whole lot like gift wise. It wasn't an exuberant amount. It wasn't a whole lot of gifts to open. But as you get older, you ask for different things. Like, you're not looking for things that are going to make you happy in the moment. You look for things that are practical. So one of my favorite gifts that I got this year, not only were some of the books that my mother got me, but also flannel sheets. I am 36 years old and I finally have flannel sheets, and they are amazing, especially in the cold weather that we are having at the moment. So pretty excited about that. So I hope all of you had a great holiday, however you decided to spend it. I hope that you enjoyed it enough to make it, a happy holiday season. And I know that not everybody's able to be with everyone that they love, or, not be able to be surrounded by family. But I do hope that friends and, what family you do have made it worth it. So without further ado, let's talk about my January TBR. I'm going to do something a little bit different because December was kind of a letdown for myself book-wise. I didn't read very much. If you watched my last video, well, the second to last video where I kind of just wrapped up what I read and how December went for me, it was very lackluster. I was kind of in a depressive mood because I didn't really get to have that outlet of reading and just enjoying that. So January, instead of setting a certain number of books on my TBR, I think I'm going to just read what I want to read in January and just kind of see how that goes. See if I kind of get back into the reading spirit. I'm hoping I do, but we'll see how that goes. I do know that the only book that will be on my TBR and that is going to be read is Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. If anybody has been watching this channel the past couple of months knows that I have put this on my monthly TBR and never get to it. And so finally, me and my friend went shopping the day after Christmas, and I told her, I said, we really need to read this book, and she said, okay, January it is. So we're going to be buddy reading this. I can't wait to read it. I have been trying to keep spoiler free from it. It's very hard because it's a very well-loved book, but this will be going on my TBR. And then the other book that I know will be read because I have already started it. I know it's just, New Year's Eve, but I just started it, so it's not like it's fully done yet. But I will get to it whenever I get to my book haul because my amazing husband bought it for me, and I didn't know that he knew me as well as he did. So I'm pretty excited for that. So that's kind of how January is going to go. I'm going to try to do different things in January, like maybe a weekly reading vlog or just weekly vlogs. And then maybe my other video that I put up on Tuesday will be kind of, this formatted where I talk about either a certain genre of books that I like or, a different compilation of different things. So that's what I'm planning on doing. So I'm going to get into the books because I have some sitting on my lap and they're kind of hurting a little bit. I don't know what book box all of these came out of, so I'm going to try to do my best to let you know. So the first round of books are going to be book box subscriptions that have finally came in, or pre-orders that I have done with book box subscriptions of books that are coming out and special editions and such. The first one I do believe is just a monthly one. It's out of the Bookish box. I don't know what month it was, but it was Monsters Born and Made by Tanya Burwa. I've never heard of this book. I'm pretty excited to kind of get into it, only because it says this is the ocean and you're a hunter, you swim with monsters. These people cannot scare you. So this cover is a special edition cover. It does have sprayed edges, which is amazing. And it is signed by the author, but it does have these amazing end pages in them. So it's always, fully customized. Oh, this one is not signed. Oh, yeah, it is. It's signed on here. It's a tip-in page. So that's pretty neat. I can't wait to get to that book at some point. Probably not in the next few months, but sometime. And then the next one is from the Arcane Society, which is a bi-monthly book subscription box. And I really like it because it always comes with 2 books. And this is their fantasy and paranormal book box subscription. So the first book is Ruled by Blood by May Sage. What I really like about all of these, I think they're changing it up next year where they are going to put some dust jackets on there, but they're always naked hardbacks, and I like that. So it's a very beautiful cover. It does have sprayed and stenciled edges, beautiful end papers, and then it also is signed by the author. So that's the first book that came in that book box, and the other one is by Alexi Blake, and this is The Cursed Crown. Never heard of this one either. Both of these I've never heard of, but it does come with sprayed and stenciled edges, gorgeous end papers, and also it is signed by the author. I will say, customization wise on books, Arcane Society has the absolute best customizations. They are naked hardcovers. If you don't prefer that, then you probably wouldn't like it. But the beautiful artwork that goes into these is honestly by far better than Bookish Box and Fairy Loot and all of those, because not every single month is Fairy Loot hitting it out of the water, or Bookish Box, or even, Lit Joy or Illumicrate. But Arcane Society has hit it out of the park every single time. I may not enjoy all of the books, and it may not be something that I'm looking forward to, but the customization is top tier. So the next one is, I believe, a pre-order that I did with LitJoy, and it is called Ledge by Stacey McEwen. This one is a beautiful, holographic thing. It does have stenciled and sprayed edges, and then also it is signed by the author. I don't even remember what this book is about, but the back says it is book 1 of the Glacian trilogy, and he is a night creature, the very cold itself. So I must have been intrigued with the synopsis to get this. So I can't wait to read that. The next one, I believe, is a book box subscription that I was trying. I am not going to probably continue this. I don't even know how far behind they are, but it was Fabled Nights, which is like Fabled Crate, I believe. Anyway, this one is called Order of Scorpions by Ivy Asher. This is my first time ever getting a book by them. So this is probably September or October. I have no idea. I don't even know what month it is, to be honest with you. But it does have a signed book plate to put in it, and then, just some, end pages. It's not that I'm not happy with the book that I got. I'm just not happy with some of the things that I've heard about, like, their customer service. And I know that, Bookish Box as well is pretty far behind. But I also heard Fabled is pretty far behind as well. And they're not great at customer service from what I'm told. So I may not, continue that. The next one was a pre-order that I got from Fairy Loot. And it's one of my favorite books of 2022, and that is Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong. I had gotten this as an ARC back during the summer before it ever came out. I devoured it. I loved it. It is not a continuation from the original duology that she wrote. This is about a new character that was in that duology, but it kind of follows her and different things like that. So it's gorgeous. The original cover is like a pink with like a rose gold thing. It does have stenciled edges, and it is signed, but look at this end paper. Those are beautiful. And then it is signed by the author. So pretty excited about that. I wanted to add that to my collection. I do have these Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends from the Fairy Loot edition as well. So I'm going to put this next to it. And then the next one came from, where did it come from? I don't even know. Bookish Box. This must be their September box, I think. It's A Taste of Gold and Iron by Alexander Rowland. No idea what this is about either, but this, gold right here is beautiful. It did come with a page overlay, which is pretty nice. The end pages are gorgeous, and it is signed by the author. And then also it has stenciled edges. So it's a gorgeous edition, but this book I'm probably going to just give to a friend or something because it does not intrigue me. The synopsis doesn't, so I was pretty sad about that, but that's what happens whenever you're with a book box subscription. You just don't know, what you're going to get or if you're going to like it. So, but that's okay. It's a gorgeous edition anyway. The next one is one of my favorite pre-orders that I have done this year, and it is falling out of the box. Hold on. This is from LitJoy. So if any of you have gotten these, I am so happy for you. But it is the Folk of the Air set by Holly Black. And what I absolutely love about this series, they're all naked hardbacks. Beautiful, beautiful editions. Look at these edges. The end papers are gorgeous. And then also it is signed by Holly Black. And actually 2 different places on this one. So anyway, these editions are absolutely gorgeous. Here is the Wicked King. Oh, I didn't show you the back of Cruel Prince. And then you have the Queen of Nothing. How beautiful. And then, of course, the novella, which is, How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories. So I'm pretty excited for that. And also, I'm really excited for Stolen Air. I cannot wait to read that book. It's probably going to be February before I get to it, unless I feel like reading it in January, and then I will, but it probably will be February. But this set is absolutely stunning. I love it so, so much. I was so happy that I got it because they did sell out kind of quickly. They did have a lot of stock, but they did sell out rather quickly. So I was pretty happy about getting that. The next one came from a book box that is no longer available, and that is the Abraxas box. They went ahead and shut down, but this was their last book box that they were sending out. And this one is Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes. There's really not customizations on it. It does come with, wherever it's at, a signed book plate to put in there. But other than that, there's no like special customizations or anything. I loved Abraxas box because it was a very home, kind of feel, because the lady that was running it, she did it all out of her home and she didn't have a whole lot of subscriptions and stuff. And she did this all on her own. So she was competing with, like Bookish Box, Fairy Loot, Illumicrate, but she still did an amazing job. So I really loved all of the items that I used to get out of that box, and I will miss it. Maybe in the future, if she comes back, I will definitely be resubscribing. Then the last one that I got is a pre-order that I pre-ordered in like January or February of this year, and they finally came in, which is the first 4 books of the Zodiac Academy. These are the Bookish Box editions. These are the spines to them. The first book, I don't even know if I have these all in order, to be honest with you. I probably don't. So forgive me on that. But anyway, The Awakening, this is actually like a 3D thing. It's actually pretty neat. The edges are beautiful. The end pages are absolutely stunning. And the first one is signed, and I think the rest of them are digitally signed. But there is the first one. And then the next one, The Reckoning. So beautiful. Like I said, I don't think that these are in... Yeah, they're not. This is the second book, which is Ruthless Fae. But, I'll deal with that whenever I put it on my shelf. And then the last one, Shadow Princess, which is book 4. It's absolutely beautiful. I really love the customizations in these. But doesn't Tori just look like a badass female character? Pardon my language, but she does. Anyway, so those are all of the books that I got from subscription boxes, whether it was my monthly subscription or if it was pre-orders. I still have quite a few that still have to come in. I know that Wednesday or Thursday, I got quite a few emails from Fairy Loot about like my adult subscription, my YA subscription, and even I think a pre-order was mailing out to me. I'm still missing a few from Bookish Box. Oh, quite a few from Bookish Box, to be honest. But I can't wait. I can't wait. And then I also haven't received my Illumicrate Afterlight box for like August and September and October, I believe, or whatever those 3 months were. And then I also ordered, they had extra of the Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain duology that they did box, and I still haven't received that either, and I think I got an email a while back saying that they have already shipped, so I might need to check on that. So you'll probably see that in a future video. On to the books that I got gifted to me. Yes. I am so, so, so excited. So the first book that I got was from my husband. Shout out to him. He did an amazing job on what he did, because this author is one of my absolute favorite authors. And that is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I've actually already started reading it. I have like a bookmark in here. Well, a receipt as a bookmark, because I just couldn't wait to read it. What I love about this, and my husband has heard me talk about this because I have read all of the books that Brandon Sanderson had wrote, like The Way of Kings, the Mistborn series, even The Alloy of Law and all of those, like in the Cosmere world. But I didn't know that he had wrote like a fantasy sci-fi YA series, and I love sci-fi and fantasy. So I was scouring everywhere to find Skyward. I think I could order online, but it was like pretty expensive. And like even my local shops were always out. And I just, told my husband, I was like, I'm never going to get this book. Well, last week, before Christmas, because this is supposed to be my Christmas gift, he had called over to our local bookstore that we have here, and they said, we just got 2 in today. One of them is on hold. We only have 1 copy left, and he said, I'm going to be right there, and he rushed over there and got it. But Skyward is really good so far. I'm actually really enjoying it, but this is the second book that I know I'm going to be reading in January because I started it. I'm probably not going to really read much until tomorrow on January 1st because we do have a few things to do today. Pretty excited for that one. The next ones are from my mom. She got me these 2. Of course, I have a book wish list, so she didn't go out and pick these on her own, but she did pick them off of the dozens of books that are on my wish list. The first one is Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. This is a very spicy monster romance, so trigger warning to be checked, but I cannot wait. One of my favorite booktubers, Becca and the Books, she read this back in September or October, and she said that it was absolutely amazing, and she immediately went out and got Her Soul for Revenge, I think is the second one. So really excited for this. Can't wait to try it. And then the other one that my mom got me is The Words by A. Jade, which another person that I watch on BookTube, I think her name is Jessica, and it's like honest books or honest fiction books or something like that. Anyway, she read this. She absolutely loved it. It's a little chunky, but I can't wait to read this one. Those were 2 of my most hyped books that were on my list that I couldn't wait to read. So I'm happy my mom picked those out. She did pretty good. The other 2 that I got was from, I am in a monthly book club on Facebook where we read books and talk about them monthly and all this stuff, and it's called Monthly Book Club. And they do Elfster every year where you anonymously send a $25 package to, your Elfster and stuff like that, and make their day. So you can buy a book and goodies to put together. You can buy just books. I had to send a gift card because at the time that it was due, me and my husband were very, very sick, and I hadn't been out of the house in a week. And so I just sent her a gift card so she could buy what she wanted on Amazon. But my Elfster got me off of my wish list Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. I don't even remember putting this on my wish list. I must have, but the story of Camelot is hers, so it definitely sounds like something that I would read. So I'm pretty excited for this one. And then the next one is Priest by Sierra Simone. This one is a very dirty, dark romance, very smutty. So I can't wait to read this. I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I put it on my wish list. And I kind of forgot that it was on there because I have so many. And then, of course, my Elfster picked it out. So pretty excited for that one. And then the last one that I got was from my brother and his girlfriend, which they knocked it out of the park as well. I'm telling you, everybody this year that has gifted me books has just hit it out of the park, just knew exactly what I wanted. Of course, they have access to my wish list, but with dozens of books on there, you may have some that you're like really excited for, and then you have some that you're like, I would want to read this, but there's others that I want to read. And I feel like they picked out ones that I am just like really in the mood for. So that's really good. But I can't wait to start. This was another one that I got a recommendation from Becca and the Books, and I put it on my wish list, and my brother and his girlfriend got it for me. And that is Saga Volume 1. This is a graphic novel. And there's 10 volumes, I believe, so far, but Becca actually, and I'll link her channel below, so you can go, and if you want to watch, her weekly reading vlog that she recently did, where she read all 10 volumes of Saga, because she had already read all 9 of them. The 10th one had just came out recently, and so she went back and read all of them, and it was definitely a wild ride, and she made me really, really want to read this series. Even though I heard some spoilers, I don't care. I'm not that type of person that gets, put off from a book because you're spoiled. But Saga, it's actually about, like, a moon and a, planet, and they're warring, and, like, people from each planet fall in love, and they have a child, and then you're hearing it from the child's point of view from some time in the future where they're looking back at their life. So I can't wait to read this graphic novel. I feel like I'm going to fly through it pretty quickly, and so I need to get volumes 2 through 10. So if I do end up devouring them like Becca did that week, I at least will have all of them to go through. So those are all the ones that were gifted to me. Now, let's talk about the next set of books. I got money over Christmas and things like that. And we don't have a Barnes & Noble around here, but we do have a Books A Million. And I went to Books A Million, and they were having like a 50% off sale of select books. Also a buy two, get a third free. And then I did not know that Books A Million had a bargain section, and so of course I ended up going to the bargain section, and I did some damage. So let's talk about those books. The first one that I got is, of course, Starsight by Brandon Sanderson, which is book 2 in that series. This was the last copy they had, and I was like, just please let me have it so I can have it whenever I get done with Skyward, because if it's anything like Brandon Sanderson's books that I have previously read, I do not want to wait. I don't want to wait. So I'm already on the hunt for book 3, and then also the book that has the 3 novellas that you read in this series. So then that way I have them all. I can just read them as quick as possible. Excuse me. So I can read them as quick as possible, and stuff. So that's Starsight. And then the next one that I got, I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, but I've heard a lot of good things, and I've heard a lot of bad things, but we're going to give it a try, and it's The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. So this is, kind of a contemporary romance. It's the Dreamland Billionaire series, kind of a take on Disney World a little bit, but I'm pretty excited to try this. We will see if it's a hit or miss for me, but I wanted to pick it up just in case, because I have seen it all over BookTube and Book Talk and everything. So I was like, I need to try this. The next one that I got, I do believe Fabled did a special edition of this series, or it might be a different series that I'm thinking about, but I've been wanting to read it. I picked up the special edition because I've heard nothing but good things about it, but it is called Hooked by Emily McIntyre. This book is a very dark, smutty retelling of Peter Pan. So I can't wait to read this book. The other books in the series are Scarred and Wretched, and I believe Scarred is a dark romance retelling of The Lion King, and Wretched, I believe, is a retelling of Wizard of Oz. I couldn't think of it. So yeah, I couldn't wait to read this book. And then here's my bargain section books. I don't even know what this is about. It's true. Vampires are back, and they're more seductive than ever. So Renee Adheem wrote The Beautiful. Not sure. Pretty excited to try this. It sounded really good. I mean, it was $3.97, guys, for a really nice paperback. I mean, you can't beat that. Plus, I kind of like vampire romances, so I can't wait to try this one. The next one that I got from the bargain section, When the Stars Lead to You by Ronnie Davis. This book really, of course, I love the galaxy and stars and stuff. So I was like, well, what is this book about? And it is about kids in high school, a boy and a girl that fall in love and stuff. She wants to go study the galaxies and all of that. And so I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to read this. It says Devin longs for 2 things: the stars and the boy she fell in love with one unforgettable summer. I can't wait, guys. Like I said, the bargain section showed me a lot of books that I've never heard of, but books that I'm pretty excited to read. This one I've never heard of either, Sword in the Stars, and it is by Amy Rose Capetta and Corey McCarthy. Um, it was pretty good. Here's what really got me is whenever the book said, where did it say? I don't even remember where it was. Anyway, she is like the, oh yeah, my name is Ari Helix, and I'm the 42nd reincarnation of King Arthur. I'm trapped in the Middle Ages with a broken Excalibur, but I refuse to be powerless. I'm in. It's a King Arthur retelling, and I'm so in for that. I love medieval type books, and whenever you bring a retelling into a medieval setting, I love it. I can't wait. That's what got me. So the next one is The In-Between by Mark Klein. Still don't even know what this book is about. I read the synopsis a little bit, but, really didn't, get it too much. We must attend to our ghosts. We must welcome them into our lives and embrace them because they are a part of us. I don't know, but it's called Love Never Dies. It says that it is soon to be a motion picture. Could already be one. I'm not sure. I don't want to watch the movie without, reading the book first at least. But I'm pretty excited for that one. And then the next one is by Emily Henry, and it's When the Sky Fell on Splendor. This one is a sci-fi YA book, and I didn't really read much about it, but what I did read was here on the front. It says, a vivid and multi-layered story sure to turn the staunchest of Scullies into a Mulder. I love X-Files, and whenever you reference that to this book, I'm all in. And then also, they compare it to The Serpent King meets Stranger Things. And if anybody knows me, I'm a huge Stranger Things fan as well, so you can't go wrong with X-Files or Stranger Things. So I'm going to give this a try. I don't know fully what it's about, but I can't wait to read it. The last and final book, we're at the end, you guys, is Don't Hate the Player by Alexis Ned, I believe is what it is. This book. It was in the bargain section. I just picked it up because don't hate the player, hate the game kind of reference. And I was like, what is this about? And then I started seeing that they have cords on them. And then here is an Xbox controller. So I was intrigued. And it is about, I believe, gamers. The guy and the girl are gamers. I don't know if they're rivals or what, but they meet. And the reason why, I want to give you a brief reason why I picked this book up, and I'm actually kind of excited to read this, okay? Is because my husband and I met over 11 years ago through Xbox. He lived on the East Coast. I lived in the Midwest. We were on playing, a video game, and we were just talking. We met through like a mutual friend. And on the Xbox, you can add people like as friends and stuff, and then you can invite them to parties and just like kind of sit in there and talk. So met him and my friend Connor, who at the time I didn't know, and met them on this game, added them as friends. My husband at the time went to New York for a while, so I didn't talk to him much, but me and Connor, who was in Canada, me and him got kind of close, just talking about random YouTube videos and such. My husband had came back. We started talking as well, and I ended up one night, this was a few months into knowing him, one night sent him a party invite accidentally, whenever I meant to send my friend one, and he jumped into my party and was just talking with me. It was just him and I, and things kind of just went from there. Like, we added each other on Facebook, and then we talked, through text message, and it just kind of blossomed from that. And we decided, to give this dating thing a try on Xbox. We, would talk on Skype and Tango and all of those type of apps. So we would physically see each other, and we would game with each other and everything. And then 11 months in, we met each other in person. He flew out here, and the rest is history. We flew back and forth for another almost year and seeing each other, and then I moved out there for a little while, and then he moved with me back here to the Midwest, and that was in 2014. We got together in 2011, and so in 2014 he was living out here full time, and then we got married in 2015. So that's how we met. And so whenever I saw this book and I saw that it had to deal with a guy and a girl and gaming and whatever else, I was like, I have to read this book. This is like my husband and I's story, but fictionally written. I'm pretty excited. So I can't wait to read this. And so those are all of the books that I got across vast different ways over the holidays. This accumulated within the past 2 weeks. This was absolutely ridiculous. So I got to put all those away and get the stickers on those. It is New Year's Eve. My husband and I have no plans. We are actually going to stay in because, I don't want to get out with all of the drunk driving and the partying going on. We're just not partiers anyway. So we're going to stay in. We're going to DoorDash us some food. We are going to be playing a video game on Xbox with a bunch of our friends. It's called Elder Scrolls Online. If anybody plays it, we play that. And so if you do play, link me your gamer tag. We'll definitely play some Elder Scrolls Online. But if not, leave me a comment and let me know any of these books that you have gotten. Have you read them? Are you looking forward to reading them? Do any of the ones that I pointed out, are you wanting to read now? So let me know in the comments below. Make sure you head on over to my Instagram that is in the description. Let's talk books. Let's talk, everything bookish. We can, buddy read if you want to. Just hit me up over there. But make sure that you like this video if you liked it, and make sure you subscribe. Got a lot of good content coming up. You can see all the books that I'm planning on reading, and there's a lot more to that. So definitely subscribe and stick around. But I hope you all had the happiest of holidays, the best New Year's Eve that you can have, whatever you plan on doing. And I hope 2023 is already treating you good. But until next time, everyone, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.